What's up, y'all? We back at it with another chapter of Ichi the Witch, man. Hunt 48. And I would say this is probably one of my favorite chapters. I don't know if it's number one yet, but I definitely think it's within top three, top five. The twist at the end was so damn good for this chapter. Like, I feel like this set the tone for the next arc, and it might be even better than what we just got with Goku. And Goku was like a 10 out of 10 arc. So this one might be even like, oh man, this might be 100 out of 10. The way this ending was for this chapter, it kind of felt like something from the fourth Twilight movie. I believe it was the fourth one. That's how it felt like to me. And the fact that while I was reading this chapter, I was like, it's not the best of chapters. This might be one of those chapters where I'm not going to really like it because all they're really doing is introducing all the captains and stuff and, just showcasing that type of stuff. So I was like, but then I got to the last few pages and I'm like, yo, what was this chapter even about? I'm at work right now and I'm like, yo, as soon as I get home, I'm gonna have to reread this again because I feel like it's a lot more stuff I could have noticed. It's one of those chapters where you gotta read it multiple times just with how big the reveal was at the end of this chapter. And we about to get into this though. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. With that being said, let's get it. So this chapter starts off where we got the prophecy magic or oracle, witch, whichever name you want to go by. You have it with the oracle. She wakes up and she's been asleep for quite some time, but she feel like she woke up early. Then you have it where she walks through a portal, and this portal particularly takes her to, to the ceremony that's going on where they're presenting Ichi the witch to the world. The world get to bear witness to the first male witch, as well as his team, his crew. You got Dez there, you got Kamugi there, you got Goku there, you got all of them there being presented to the world. And you have it where people are just constantly like cheering and shouting and just, googly eyed over, your boy Ichi. All the women like him. But you have it where one of the people say, any questions you have, and I believe it's Toggies. She says, any questions you have, Kamugi will gladly answer all of them for you. And of course, you got Kamugi. She's like, what? Who said that? And I imagine Dez probably had something to do with that. Dez probably was like, hey, yo, any questions? Have them ask Kamugi. And then Toge's was like, okay, I got you. And as the ceremony is going on, you have it where the Oracle, she's watching from afar. This guy walks up to her and says, like, excuse me, would you like a drink, a cup of water? And then you have it where she asks him, like, what do you think about the first male witch? And he says, like, yo, it's incredible, man. Part of me is a little, a little bit scared. It's hard for me to believe. But then another part of me at the same time is saying, like, yo, this is the start of a new era, a new witch, a male witch. This is something different. It will probably put, happiness in a lot of people's lives as far as males who want to strive to be a witch. Now they know it's possible because of Ichi. And you have it where the Oracle says, good opinion. And you have it as she's observing, Ichi. She says, like, yo, this is the start of a new era. As the trail he blazed will change the world, Ichi will become the Messiah who saved this world. And I like the fact that she called him a Messiah. I think this kind of crazy, but at the same time, it's like it shows what to expect from his character. And of course, you have this waiter saying, like, the Messiah. What do you mean by that? And she said, oh, nothing. You have it where she walks off. She says she's got a meeting to attend to with the other witches. And as she get to the meeting, you see only Toggies is there. The head witch, I believe her name is Money Gold. And then you also got the one that's in charge of Kamugi. You got those witches there. As she shows up, she's the Oracle. She's like, yo, where's all the other witches? And you see the remaining four witches, or, head witches. They're missing. And apparently they didn't want to show up for this special event. They didn't deem it worthy for them to make their appearance. And you have it where, Money Go says, like, well, they typically don't show up for any type of meeting unless it's for boats or something along that lines. So anyway, we get introduced to these other witches. You got the one with the Gatling gun. You got the one who seems very nice. It kind of looks like an imp a little bit. Then you got the one I'm really curious to see what she's capable of. The one, I think her name is Franklin. And She's talking about how she was too scared to meet Ichi and just scared about stuff in general. But I imagine she's probably a beast on the battlefield. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what she's capable of. Like, yo, I think she's probably going to be some of our second favorite witch next to Dez. And you also have another one who seems to be, I guess, like a poison type witch. But you got it where none of them made it for their, various reasons, them saying not to. And of course, you have it where the Oracle was like, all right, well, I'm about to leave and go get some sleep. Targus tells her to hold up. She's like, yo, we need to, know a little bit more about Ichi and any possible missions that he have in the future, like for what you've seen. And then, the Oracle says like, yo, you seem to have the wrong idea, that we're friends or something along that line. It's like, yo, I'm only cooperating with you because we have something in common. Like, it's best for my interest. And you have it where she says that as she goes to walk off. And then, of course, you have Money Gold, which is the leader of the witches, saying like, yo, we are equals, we don't have to be friends, but we could cooperate with one another. We're comrades at least. And you have it where she says like, yo, if anything, we both should try our best to coexist. Don't you agree? Of course, you have the Oracle walks off, and she kind of shrugs it off. Target feels like she's a little responsible for her departure, and she apologizes to Money Gold, but Money Gold says it's okay. And then, of course, the Oracle saying how tired she is. She wants to get some rest. And as she's walking off, she's thinking about what, Money Gold said about them being equals. And she said, ugh, it's all so dumb. And then she gets closer and closer to her bed. And the next thing you know, you have it where the world hater appears before her. Before she can turn around completely, you have it where the world hater impales her, wipes her out completely, makes her decay and fall apart. So that's one thing I'm curious about. So does that mean magic beasts can kill other magic beasts? I don't know if that was ever explained. I'm really curious about that. But then you have it where she snaps back to reality, and you find out that was all a prophecy. From the very moment she took the cup of water from the guy, everything else was part of the prophecy. And that's insane. So that means nothing in this chapter actually happened yet, but it's about to happen. So I'm curious how she's going to go about it. Is she going to go to that meeting knowing that the world hater is there to finish her off? And the way this guy shows up at the end, offering her a glass of water, asking her if perhaps she received some type of frightening prophecy, really makes me wonder if that is the world hater in disguise. Like I said, this chapter was so crazy, and it has me so excited for the next chapter, yo. Oh my gosh, what a chapter, man. I honestly, 10 out of 10. The setup, the suspense that this chapter created for the series, hey man, they did their job with this one. And just how it came off as such a like whatever chapter to end it with, like, damn, what kind of chapter is this? Was just such amazing writing, in my opinion. I'm very curious if there's probably some people who read the first few pages and it's like, this is one of those type of chapters. I'll come back to it at some point today. And not knowing that this is going to be how the ending is going to be, just that 10 out of 10 straight flames type of situation. I'm very curious about that. But let me know y'all thoughts down below on this one. And if you like the video, thumb it up. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.